the hacker or the hustler, designer, whatever you want to call it, if you're building the product, you should be employed by the company in some fashion. So if you're building the product that you're selling and you're not on the team, so if you're the company and you've outsourced your building of the product to someone else, that's a bad thing, and most investors won't like that. But the thing about the people who are building the product, the first quote there, I put their Twitter handles in case you wanted to mention them on Twitter, and NW Angel Conf, that'd be fine. But the first one is Joanne Wilson. So she is the second half of the power couple. That's Fred Wilson and Joanne Wilson. He does all the venture investing at Union Square, and she does all of the angel investing. And the thing that she really brought to life and resonated with a lot of investors was that the team needs to be able to execute well at the beginning with each other. They need to find product market fit together, but they also need to be able to execute at scale. So if you hire a brilliant engineer to help you figure out what your product is going to look like and fall into the hands of the customers, are they also the right person to grow that company? Because to get to be a big company, you have to steal that talent from those other hot companies in the area who know how to build a big company, who know how to grow a product from something small to something big. And that's an important factor. If you just grab someone who doesn't know how to scale, it's going to be tough. You're going to have to do a lot of rehiring along the way. And so having a team that can grow together is an important factor. The other interesting piece about the team is, and this somewhat ties back to the appetite. The second one is from Christopher Mirabile. He's the former chair of the Angel Capital Association, and he has this interesting quote up here about the CEO flaking out. And we've all had a CEO flake out on us. And it sounds kind of flippant, right? From the investor's perspective. But from the entrepreneur's perspective, if you're tired of eating those grasshoppers, if you're really done and your appetite isn't big enough to keep eating those grasshoppers when your company is on the rocks, you know what? You do flake out. And that's not bad. That's really not a bad thing to say, no, I'm done. I'm going to stop this, and I'm going to reset, and I'm going to build the next thing that really is going to be a big idea that I really do have the appetite for. And so the background checks of the founder and of the people on the team is something that a lot of investors do to gauge that understanding. Everyone agrees on this team thing except for one guy, Dave McClure, and he doesn't totally invest on team. He puts a couple bucks in instead of doing the background check, instead of trusting his gut instinct, which are things that everyone else says. He puts a couple bucks in and says, all right, well, let's see you do it. Let's see you struggle and work through those problems and do these things that these other people are trying to get some insight into. And so both methods are fine. At the end of the day, they're both doing the same thing. They're both worried about, is this team going to be able to scale this company together without flaking out, without being so beat down by the trouble or the hardship of building a company, to move forward.